Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm sharing a roundup of the patterns and fabrics you could use to sew along with the Great British Sewing Bee, Series 11, Episode 1. Let's get started. We are so excited at Sew Essential that the Sewing Bee is back. We can't wait to see Esme's jazzy jackets, hear the banter between Esme and Sarah and Patrick, and most importantly, what the Sewing Bees are making. And I'm actually on holiday for that first episode, so I've pre-recorded this video for you. I found out what the themes were in the show, and I've picked out the patterns and fabrics you could use to sew along with them. So first up, the pattern challenge was to create a style of blouse that has been hugely popular the last few years, which is the tie front blouse. So the two front pieces are finished and then the blouse is fastened together with ties that are fastened in a bow. Really pretty design detail, just elevates that sort of average blouse to something a bit more interesting. Sometimes people wear them without anything underneath, other times people wear a cami underneath or a vest underneath. If you don't want that exposure, just bear in mind you can just wear a simple vest underneath. But I've got 3 patterns for you that you could choose from. First up is McCall's 8557. So this has got several different views. The first 2 have got a round neck, those all important ties down the front, and then it's got a peplum, a gathered peplum at the hem, and then you've got the option for a puff sleeve or a sleeveless version, really pretty. And then there's another 2 versions which have got a collar with a lapel, optional patch pockets, and then traditional short sleeve shirt sleeves or long shirt sleeves with a deep cuff. So that's my first choice for you. That one runs up to a size 28, so it's nice and size inclusive as well, which is a 50 bust and a 44 waist and a 52 hip. But then I've got 2 other patterns that pack a lot of value into them. So we've got the Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress and blouse. This runs up to a size 34, so again, lovely and size inclusive, 56 bust, 60-inch waist and 53 hip. 60 bust, 53 waist and 61 hip. And the great thing about the Nell pattern, if you're a beginner and you're new to sewing, Tilly and the Buttons patterns are great. We stock her patterns on our site. All of the patterns and fabrics I mentioned today, they're all available to buy on our website and you'll find links to them below. But Tilly patterns are great because they've got colour photos in the instructions. They're really easy to follow. She gives you lots and lots of detail. And the other great thing about Nell is that you are getting lots and lots of different views and options included in this one pattern. So you're getting that tie front blouse. The Tilly version has got a V-neck and a puff sleeve, quite a dramatic full puff sleeve, but then you're also getting the option for a V-neck button down blouse with a peplum hem and a little flutter sleeve, and then you're also getting the option for a V-neck button down dress with a gathered skirt, optional patch pockets and long sleeves or short sleeves with a bit of gathering at the sleeve head. I always like gathering at the sleeve head because I think it kind of prevents those issues with tucks and things that you can have when you're trying to set sleeves in. And yeah, there's options for patch pockets on the gathered skirt as well, so you can create lots of different looks with this pattern. It is for confident beginners, they've labelled it, but as I say, the instructions and things are fantastic in the Tilly pattern, so highly recommend that for anyone who's learning or developing their skills. And then the other pattern I've got that's suitable for this challenge is the Style Arc Porter Woven Pack. This is a Style Arc are one of my favourite brands of sewing patterns. For beginners, people say, you know, the instructions can be a little bit lacking, so they're generally better for people with some sewing knowledge and experience behind them. But having said that, there is a QR code on this particular pattern that you can scan for a tutorial, so there is additional support there to help. But the thing about the Porter Pack is this is possibly one of the most good value for money patterns I have ever seen. There are so many views. There are no less than 8 different blouses that you can create with this pattern. Sorry, 9. plus a gathered skirt that you can mix and match with any of the blouses. So in terms of the blouses, you've got that tie front. There's just 3 ties down the front of the porter pack. It's a V-neck, and you've got the option for a 3/4 length sleeve gathered into elastic at the hem, a full length sleeve gathered into elastic at the hem, a short sleeve that's just finished with a normal hem, a shorter puff sleeve that's finished with a little narrow cuff. You've also got the option for a straight sleeve that has got a button band so that you can roll the sleeves up and secure them with that button tab or button band. You've got the option for the tie front or button down fronts or buttons with loops. It's got bust darts. You've got sleeveless versions with all the different fastening options. You've also got an option with a little shirt collar and a button band as well. So there is so much value in this pack. There are so many different looks you can create with just one pattern. Now all of those fabrics, the style arcs are very, very size inclusive as well. They always go up to a size 30, and we stock the full range of their patterns, which I adore, on our site, so check out the links below for those. But I've picked a few different fabrics for these because they all require woven fabrics, top weight fabrics. So first up, I've got this gorgeous candy stripe seersucker fabric in these lovely pastel colours. Thought that could make a really cute tie fastening blouse. I've got a plain version of the seersucker. It's another cotton seersucker, and it's just plain white, so it's got that textured feel to it, but obviously plain. So if you're somebody who prefers plains to prints, that option is there for you as well, and that's really reasonably priced as well. Great if you're a beginner and you just want to like try something out and see how you get on. I also took some inspiration from the McCalls pattern packet, that lovely blue stripe fabric that they had. This is a really high quality shirting fabric that we've got in stock. I think it's an ex-designer. So it is really, really beautiful quality. I thought you could use that one. And then still on the stripes theme, we've also got this lovely, I think it's a lyocell fabric. All the fabrics are on the website. You'll find the links below and the details in the description. But it's silky, silky soft, and it's a subtle grey and white stripe. So I thought you could use that one as well if you want something more understated. And then finally, I thought that this beautiful floral Pima cotton lawn could be a really pretty version as well. If you wanted something with a bit more detail, a bit more colour, you've got that option as well. So for the made to measure challenge, the bees were tasked with sewing a dress with pleats that were used for shaping. So many patterns I could choose from here. And I've just picked out some of my absolute favourites, and I've thrown in a couple of separates with pleats as well because they were just too gorgeous not to include. First up, Simplicity 9223, a lovely, simple, elegant dress with a crew neck, options for a short sleeve or a sleeveless version, a centre front seam, and one half of the dress is just plain, and then the other half has vertical pleats down the bodice that open up into almost like a box pleat on the skirt. So you're creating that lovely fitted silhouette at the bodice, and then you're adding some volume and some shape at the skirt. Absolutely lovely. Fish darts on the back to give you the shaping on the back. Runs up to a size 24, which is a 46 bust, 39 waist and a 48 hip. And the fabric I chose for this one is this beautiful cotton sateen fabric, which is from one of my favourite high street stores. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a very subtle animal print in an olivey colour and a cream. It's got a little bit of give and stretch to it, but the secret weapon of this fabric is how silky, silky soft the wrong side of it is. It's absolutely beautiful, and I thought with that subtle understated silhouette of that dress, I thought it would look absolutely great. So next up we have a Tessuti fabrics pattern. Tessuti are some of my all-time favourite patterns. We stock them all on our site. All of the patterns and fabrics are linked below, so do jump on and check those out and you can purchase them there. But Tessuti patterns are, I don't know how she does it, but all the designs, they're just understated elegance, and they're very chic. They're the sort of thing that, you know, you can chuck on and feel very, very comfortable in, but they are very elegant and very chic as well. So it's sort of like elevated everyday wear, I would say. I've made 2 of her patterns, the Lois dress and the Bondi dress, and I always feel great in both of them. I never feel overdressed, but I feel, you know, elegant, and yeah, I do feel really, really nice in her patterns. And the Milenda dress, which I've chosen, is no different. It's got a curved, almost square neck. It's got short sleeves, and it's a simple silhouette. But again, we've got pleats coming from the neckline down the bodice, causing it to fit round the bodice, and then opening up into like a box pleat on the skirt to create some fullness and some volume on the skirt. But it's just a very gentle A-line. It's a midi length. It's got pockets in the side seams. Just the epitome of casual, easy to wear, a beautiful dress. It comes up to an XL, which is a 42 bust, 37 waist and a 46 hip. And I just shamelessly copied the pattern packet on this one, guys. We've got a linen cotton fabric in this beautiful red colour, which is very similar to what she's wearing on the pattern packet. And I just thought she looked so lovely. Why wouldn't I recreate that look? And then next up we have Vogue 1777, which is another dress that I've had my eye on for a very long time and haven't got around to making. Another very understated dress, but with lots of lovely design details. So it's got a crossover bodice with a collar and lapels. It's got a grown on sleeve, so you haven't got to worry about setting sleeves in. And then that's finished with a cuff, so it looks nice and contemporary. And then the skirt is pleated at the front and also pleated at the back. And it's a sort of midi length dress, and it runs up to a 48 bust, 41.5 waist and a 50 hip. And again, I have copied the pattern packet on that one as well, with our prestige crepe in ivory. I just thought the pattern packet looks so great. We also do our linen cotton fabric in a white as well, if you wanted to go down that road. But again, you could mix and match a lot of these fabrics with those patterns anyway. If you ever need any help with that, do drop us an email as well. We're always happy to help. And if you are new to sewing, you are absolutely in the right place. We have so many tutorials on our channel that will help you learn to sew and develop those skills. So do subscribe and do check out the other videos on this channel, because we are here to help you on that sewing journey. I love nothing more than building people's confidence and helping them to stretch their sewing skills. And if you need anything else, if you need a sewing machine or an overlocker, get in touch with us, because we stock those as well. And I'm always really, really happy to help people there as well. We do stock the ones they use on the sewing bee. I'm not allowed to say which ones they are, but we do stock them. So if you need any help with that, just get in touch. We want to support you on your journey. So next up we have the Viki Sews pattern, the Sylvie dress. So this is a crossover bodice again with a collar, similar to the Vogue one we just looked at, but the pleating's different on this one. So on this one, the pleating comes from the waistline on the bodice and goes up the bodice and creates the shape in the bodice around the bust and just creates a lovely design detail at the waist. And then the skirt is like a tulip shape, so it's got a curved hem. And it overlaps, and then there's a couple of pleats on one side just to create some extra shape and drama there. It's got a yoke across the back with a pleat, and it's got waist darts on the skirt at the back to give you shape and fit there. It's got a long sleeve and it's finished with a trumpet hem. So lots and lots of really fun design details on this one. And it's sewn up in a wide range of fabrics, but they suggested things like satins and things like that. So I chose our lovely lighter weight Duchess satin. It's called Mystique, and I love this raspberry colour. It's right up my street. You've got the matte side with a subtle sheen, or you've got the high shine side, and I thought that would look fabulous sewn up in that for a real sort of special occasion dress or evening out dress. Next up we've got Simplicity 9134. This is a V-neck. It's got an option for a short sleeve with gathers at the sleeve heads and then gathered into a narrow cuff to hem the sleeve. or you can make a sleeveless version. And then on either side it's got multiple pleats, which again cinch in at the waist, fit the dress at the waist, but open out to create fullness at the bust, and then lots of lovely fullness and drama on the skirt. A really lovely, clever pattern. And then the pleats are the same on the back as well. This one runs up to a size 24 as well. And the fabric I chose to sew that one up is our lovely chambray fabric in this indigo colour. Nice and simple, but would show all that lovely detail off so well. I thought that would work beautifully. I've made a dress in this before and I love wearing it. It's lovely and cool and soft and comfortable. It's not a heavyweight denim, it's a nice light chambray weight. And then I promised to throw in a couple of separates for people who aren't into dresses, just because I came across these patterns in my research and just thought, oh, they're so lovely, I have to share them. The first one is Simplicity 9607. It's a wrap over sort of style skirt, although it's actually fastened with a zip at the back, so I think there's like a faux wrap at the front, and it's got an asymmetric seam at the top on one side, and then from that asymmetric seam there are pleats which then come down vertically and open out, just to create that bit of interest and drama on the front of the skirt where that piece wraps over the rest of the skirt. You can make it in a midi length or a mini length. You can make it with sort of like a dipped hem, that front piece asymmetrically dips down, or you can make it with a straight hem. So lots of lovely options there, and designed to be sewn up in woven fabrics. And the fabric I chose for that one that I thought would work really well is this gorgeous linen viscose mixed fabric. I love this print, and I think if you made a skirt like that in this print and then paired it with a simple white top or simple white cami, that would work beautifully. So that was my choice for that one. And then finally, Simplicity 9470 is a gorgeous blouse with a twist. So it's a slash neck across the top. It's got a grown on sleeve again. So when I say grown on sleeve, I mean you don't have a separate sleeve piece that you have to insert into your bodice piece. The bodice just has the sleeves a part of it, so it makes sewing easier and quicker because you haven't got that step of adding a sleeve, it's already there. And if you have fit issues in that area as well, it can just make life a bit easier. And then it's got a waist seam and a peplum. And you've got a version where you've got 3 pleats on one side that come out of the waist seam and create a sort of fan effect and a little bit of volume and fullness at the bust, but just a little bit of drama and interesting detail there. Or you can make a version where there are box pleats above the peplum and below the peplum. And all of these versions either have a 3/4 length sleeve or a little cap sleeve. So I just think it looks like a lovely simple blouse. It'd probably be very simple to sew, but it just has got that lovely twist, that lovely different details to just a straightforward simple blouse. And the fabric I chose for that one was our Prestige Crepe again, but in this beautiful sort of wisteria sort of colour, I suppose. It's like a sort of lilac-y, bluey sort of colour. Might call it cornflower perhaps, I don't know. They're usually a bit more vivid, aren't they? But it's a lovely dusky blue, the same as the pattern packet, just copying again, because I just think if they've got it right on the pattern packet, who am I to question that? But I hope you've enjoyed that today. Do go and check out our Instagram account to enter our giveaway. There's a link below for that. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.